This video is brought to you today by Ghost Tags. This is my own company that I started because I wanted a glow-in-the-dark AirTag case. These things are awesome. You can stick them on your backpack, on your dog's collar, and you will be able to find it at night. We've got two colors, blue and green. They've got great reviews. Go check them out. Links to them down below. Now on to the video. Hey guys, what's up? I'm Slim and you're watching Slimothy TV. In this video, we're going to quickly go over iOS 18.1 Beta 5, which Apple just released. We're going to go over all the new features and if you guys should update. So first off, this update came in at about 1 gigabyte, and here is the build number if you're curious. It does end in an E, which means that we are getting our way through these betas and hoping for a release pretty soon with this one. Could be a month or so away. Now let's talk about new features because there are actually quite a few in this beta. Now one of the first ones that you're going to notice is if you go ahead and try to edit your control center here and add a control, if you scroll down to the connectivity section, you'll see two new icons, Wi-Fi and VPN. So you can now easily quickly toggle those on or off from your control center. Now it's still not the full toggle, it still just grays it out when you click on it instead of turning off the Wi-Fi radio, which is very annoying. Hopefully Apple will fix that in the future, but for now that's what we've got. You can also see that this platter is now different. It looks different when you open it up. That is something that has changed. And within settings, you can now reset the control center if you want. Like if you messed everything up and you just want it back to how Apple had it, you can do that. But I've got mine set up like this, one page, pretty simple, and it has most of the things that I need. So if you want to copy this, feel free, but you can always reset yours back to Apple's default if you do mess it up. Now, something else that they just added was the ability to show, toggle, or hide the control center with a shortcut. Now what this means is there are people that have been complaining that the new iPhones, the 16 Pro like this one, or the 16 Pro Max are too big. And they said that they want to toggle this control center from the action button. Apple's apparently heard that and decided to implement this here. So technically you could set a shortcut so that when you press and hold the action button instead of doing flashlight like mine, it could pull down the control center, and when you're done with it, press and hold again and the control center goes away. This is a cool addition, especially for those of you that have the bigger phone and struggle to reach the top to pull down control center. Apple added a brand new dark mode Apple Intelligence icon right here. So if you're in dark mode, you'll be able to see that in settings. It looks pretty cool. And now let's talk about splash screen. So iMessage got a brand new splash screen that looks like this, and Game Center got a brand new one that looks like this. In the Notes app, we now have a brand new Apple Intelligence icon, which you can easily click to, proofread or go through whatever you wrote. Just to kind of show you guys, I'm gonna click it here, and it just pulls up this menu so you don't have to select your text and go into that option. It's just right there, easy to click on. I like that. Now, before we go into the performance and battery life of this beta, I did want to show you guys one smaller thing. In display and brightness, they actually updated the wallpapers here. So that is just a small tweak that they've added. Now, camera control now has a selfie option. So you can scroll back to selfie. That's kind of useless to me, but some of you guys might use it. I've not been using that camera control button at all. So we'll have to see how that goes because so far it doesn't seem worth it. If you guys want to see a full review of this iPhone, I've been using it extensively, obviously, testing every little feature. I'll probably have a review of this coming up, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. But in the meantime, one smaller thing that has changed, if you go into the accessibility settings of your phone, Apple went ahead and made all of this bigger. I don't know if it's a glitch, but these icons are a little bigger and the spacing between the different buttons is bigger. Now, maybe that's intentional, maybe it's a bug, I'm not sure, but it doesn't look bad and it's there now. Now under RCS messaging, we now have RCS business managers, and this update also had a new modem update, as well as more RCS carriers hopping on board. So if you were on beta 4 and you didn't have RCS, get this beta and see if you have RCS features now, because like I said, there have been some more carriers that have been added with this update. Now, if you have a Mac on Sequoia 15.1 beta, you can now drag and drop files between the two devices, which was one of the features they showed off previously, but it wasn't available. Now it's available, so you guys can go check that out. I personally need to turn this off, but type to Siri. If you pull this up, it now has suggestions. So if I wanted to say, what's the weather? It automatically pulls it up when I say what, which is pretty cool. But again, I never ever use type to Siri. So I'll probably turn it off. I thought I would use it more than I do, but I just don't. In fact, I'm usually accidentally turning it on when I don't want to. This is not going to affect most of you guys, but if this beta actually patches sparse restore exploit, all of the hacks that are used by that. So if you are someone that uses that, don't update to this, obviously, because it will break it. Those hackers and developers are going to have to find a new exploit in order to get around that. Hard to say if that's going to be possible, but you never know. All right, now let's talk about bugs and glitches. On this beta so far, no major bugs or glitches. It does not seem to fix the touch sensitivity issues that everyone's talking about. As soon as I got this new iPhone, I noticed on Twitter, it would like lock up when I'm trying to scroll, or sometimes on Telegram. That's super annoying. I can't tell if it's because of the new bezels being so thin that the palm rejection is just not bad. Actually, I was able to reproduce a little bit. So let me see if I can do it now. If I put my thumb just like this, I don't know. I was in an app and it was not scrolling. So palm rejection is definitely having an issue. That is software based, hopefully. But a lot of people that are reporting this are on 16 Pros and Pro Maxes. However, with that said, there are plenty of people on 14 Pros and 15 Pros also having this issue. So some people say it's iOS 18. Some people say it is the new iPhone. I'm not entirely sure which one it is, but hopefully Apple can fix it soon. And if you're having the issue, you are not alone. Pay attention to this top number here. That is the latest Geekbench score for this phone. These other ones are on my 15 Pro. So there is the 16 Pro. We're going to have to compare everything to this one from now on and going forward, not these ones, because again, that's a different phone. But there we go, pretty monster scores from this beta on the iPhone 16 Pro. As for battery life, I have been super impressed with it on this beta and on this phone actually in general. So I don't know what the baseline of this phone is. I guess this is the new baseline because I opened this phone up with a beta on it. And since we are decently far through this beta cycle, I think that 18.1 is probably pretty good with battery life at this point. This is probably what we should expect. If you have a 16 Pro or Pro Max and you're running 18.1 beta 5, the way it feels is probably how it's going to be. A little bit more efficient on the final version, but the battery life on the 16 Pro is so freaking good. Anyone that tells you otherwise, I don't know, maybe they have a different experience than me, but I'm getting at least an hour of extra battery life per day, which is pretty amazing. Over the 15 Pro, by the way. The 15 Pro had pretty good battery life already anyway, and I was down to 92% battery health on that one. But anyways, guys, do I recommend updating to this? Yes, I do. We should see another beta update, beta 6, next week. So stay tuned to the channel. I will have all of that information coming for you guys. If you like the video, hit it with a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.